Hi, I'm Ali Edelstein with the Fulbright Commission in Brussels, Belgium, and I'm here today with Gary Ross from Colgate University. Colgate has a long established reputation for providing students with research opportunities with the faculty. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure, Allie. Thanks. That's a good question. Colgate has really pioneered student research with faculty. It's something that we've established many, many years ago because we found that in our environment, given the outstanding facilities that we have, not just in the sciences, but in other areas in our humanities and also in our social sciences, there are plenty of opportunities for students to really work side by side with faculty, understand what they do, and then try and bring that level of knowledge to an even higher level. Just the other day, I was with one of our economics professors who was telling me that she was at a conference where someone from our student body was presenting a paper, and afterwards she was asked if that student was a PhD candidate, even though the student was still an undergraduate at Colgate. We have students who quite regularly co-author journal articles with faculty members. Last spring, I was traveling in Seattle, and I mentioned to a faculty member that I was going to be there, and she said, tell me what you're doing. It'd be nice to meet up. And I told her that I was going to a reception for newly admitted students from Seattle. And she said, well, how about if I come to that? Because I'd like to also bring my two students who are going to be in Seattle with me presenting papers at a conference. So we have a real substantial track record of students who are involved with faculty in their research.
That's a great benefit that a smaller liberal arts university can offer. Can you tell us a little bit more about how the size and location of Colgate University benefits your
Sure.
students?
We're located about 4 hours from New York City. We're located about 50 minutes from Syracuse. That's the airport students use if they're coming from abroad or if they're coming from faraway places in the United States. And we've got a beautiful location within the Shenango Valley of New York State. We're about 10 miles south of the geographic center of New York State. And what it permits students to do is to have an impact not just on a campus, but on an entire community. We have many students who are involved in community service. Students are able to get involved with our local ambulance, our local fire department. We've had students, there's one young woman who's an emergency room physician today. While she was at Colgate, she was involved with our ambulance and literally saved a life. So at Colgate, through the types of things that you can get involved in outside of class, you can not only impact lives, you can save lives. And students enjoy being at Colgate. We were told that on the typical weekend, 96% of Colgate students stay on campus because there's so much going on. There's so much involvement on the part of the students in the community that people simply don't want to leave on the weekends. And I think for students coming from abroad, that's an important concern. You don't want to travel to a campus where on the weekend everybody clears out. That simply won't be the case at Colgate.
That's good. And a lot of European students also are concerned about what opportunities they can pursue with a bachelor's degree from a liberal arts university in the United States. Can you talk about a little bit about your graduates and what they do with their liberal arts degrees?
That's right, Allie. What we found in Europe is that people have a hard time getting their hands around the liberal arts, and they don't understand how someone who might have majored in something like philosophy or psychology or really any of the other areas in which we have majors, there's sometimes not an immediate understanding of how one can be successful. We have graduates who are successful in really any field that you could identify. And just to cite one particular field, in communications, we don't even offer communications as a major. And yet the president of NBC is a Colgate graduate. The chairman of CBS News is a Colgate graduate. CNN's chief political analyst is a Colgate graduate. Even the even the play-by-play announcer for the Boston Red Sox is a Colgate graduate. And there are so many more in communications. What we do is we teach people how to work together effectively as part of a team. We teach people how to write and communicate effectively, both orally and in writing. And we teach people how to solve complex problems. And when one has those kinds of skills, our experience is that one can go very far in life. So that's what we offer at Colgate.
Well, Mr. Ross, thank you for coming here and speaking with us and telling us a little bit more about Colgate.
You bet. Thank you, Alex.